Good evening, everyone. My name's Debbie Singleton, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I come to you live Monday evenings at 7 p.m. Arizona time. So I hope everyone had a great weekend and a great day today. So here in Arizona, it is nice and warm, and I am loving this. Of course, it is about 10 degrees warmer than normal. We're supposed to be 10 degrees cooler, but I am loving this weather. So I'm enjoying it. We're supposed to get some rain at the end of the week, which is what we're supposed to be doing. Good evening, Mom. Thanks for joining. We're supposed to get some rain at the end of the week and then perhaps some rain next week. So we'll see. It's supposed to be some kind of pressure system moving in. So supposed to be getting some different weather, but I'm enjoying this beautiful weather that we're having. Getting out in it and enjoying it, having some good time with it. I'm loving it very much. So this week, super busy, lots going on, preparing for my class in 2 weeks. If you're not on my list and you haven't received an invitation to attend my card class, which is the 21st of February, please let me know and I'll send you an invite to join my card class. Super fun. I'm very excited about it. So I'm sort of prepping the cards for that. We're going to do a couple Easter cards / spring cards. And then I think I'm going to throw in like just some miscellaneous cards, like birthday cards. I think I got a birthday card there. I think I got just a kind of general card. So we have 2 Easter / spring cards, a birthday card, and I don't remember what the other card is. I think it's like just a hello card or something like that. It's really cute though. And I think that one's a fun fold. So I've got some just fun cards. Just have some fun times with it. So busy prepping for that. Then we have lots happening with Stampin' Up! Bonus days are, we need to be able, between now and the end of this month, so the 28th of this month, cash in your bonus points that you got. So you redeem them now between now and the 28th. So you got your emails when you when you earned them. So now you need to cash them in. Be sure to do that between now and the 28th. I believe they haven't sold out of January's product of the month. So you can still get that product of the month. Sorry, my daughter's calling me and I'm not sure why. Hello? Hi. I'm doing my live. Okay. All right, bye. She forgot I was doing my live. So I think you can still get your January product of the month, which is really nice. It's the Fabulous Sayings. And so that's a stamp set. February's product of the month is amazing. It is a pack of paper, 12 by 12, not even a 6 by 6, it's a 12 by 12 packet of paper. It's amazing. And it is beautiful. You probably can't even see all the paper colors, but it's really pretty. Oh, it says on here, colors are Darling Duckling, Flirty Flamingo, Granny Apple Green, Lost Lagoon, Misty Moonlight, Petal Pink, and Pretty Peacock. I mean, they look amazing, these colors, and they're all designs. And they are 3 sheets of 4 double-sided designs. So it's a design I can't wait to order mine. So the product of the month is when you've spent $75 or more in one single order, it only costs you $5 to get the product of the month. So that's really kind of cool. And it's called Painted Illusions. And that's really kind of what it looks like. So it's, oh my goodness, it's amazing. So, and they're having an exclusive offer for joining between February 3rd and March 2nd. You join my team, which I would love to have you on my team. And I know, aren't those colors that I love too? You join my team and you get this Stampin' Positioner. Now, I haven't used it. I did order it as a demonstrator. We got to pre-order this before the end of, actually we got to order, we had a tiny window frame. We got to order it before February 2nd, and we got to pre-order this. And mine just came in because I placed a teeny order to order this. So I haven't even played with it, but it's kind of on the line of what did I do with it? I put it away. You put it on this little plate. You put your stamp on this little plate and it holds it, and then you get to be able to reuse it. I'll have to pull it out and demonstrate it. It's a really cool machine. So you can place this on your stamp on there and be able to put it on and stamp again and again and again. So it's very nice. It's a very nice tool. So that's a really cool thing. So that is all the happenings going on for a card tonight. One last little thing I thought before Valentine, we'd make another Valentine card. Had some scraps left over from all the Valentine's cards that I made and that I put together for a class that I did. I did Valentine class in January, and all the cards that I made and everything. Plus, I needed one more Valentine card. We have my surrogate granddaughter is visiting this week, so I need one more card. So I thought we would make one more card, and the idea I got, she made a different type of a card, but I'm using the idea for this card. So I'm using the template basically. So the template I got from Lisa Curcio, which is Lisa's Stamp Studio. She did a completely different card, but I love the template because we have all these little scraps left over, and I thought this would be a great idea to do. So this is the card we're going to do. And all these little scraps I had left over, some of them I cut down to fit this size, but I still had scraps left over because this paper and this suite is in the mini catalog, and it's Made with Love suite is what it's called. And so I just cut all these down and made it work. And then this is the stamp. This is the die set, and it's amazing. Now, I didn't use these little hearts in my card class for my gems, but this comes in the suite set. It's called Loose Valentine's Assortment. It's so cute. But they're all these little puffy, and they are hearts. There's a little envelope, and you can't even see in here, but these little red ones, you can't even see. These are little lips. They're super cute. So I pulled out the little hearts, and then I used them on this card. The hugs and kisses, I actually took out of a different stamp set because this stamp set has hugs and kisses. No, I did use it out of this one. That's right. I decided not to take it out of the other one. I will show you how I did that. I did the little trick. What did I do with all of my stamps? Oh, I put them in there. Okay. So I did our little trick where you stamp off and then stamp underneath. So, yep, there it is. Hugs and kisses. So I stamped there, and then I stamped that there. So I'll show you that. All right. This one I forgot to, thank you. This one I forgot to use the embossing folder. So I did use the embossing folder on this one. Probably there. Now you can kind of see that it's embossed. And that embossing folder is also in the suite, and it's Hearts of Love 3D embossing folder. So that will give it some more texture as well. But I had it sitting on my table, and I meant to pick it up and go in there, and I left it with all the other scraps, so I forgot to do that. So this one will have the embossing one on it. And then inside, I did stamp Happy Valentine's Day because I'm going to give it away. So I did stamp on the inside. Now, I did do all the cutting, but I will tell you all the sizes. So on the top and the bottom piece for our little strips, they are 1 1/8 by 3 3/4. And our middle piece is 1 3/8 by 3 3/4. Our side piece is 1 1/8 and 3 3/4. So, but when you get it all on the white piece, you won't even really know. But it'll all settle all together. And see, it settles it all together perfectly. So it sits on our 5 1/4 by 4 white piece perfectly. So that's nice. And I used real red. You could actually use any one of these colors. You could use the pink. You could use, let's see. So this is Flirty Flamingo, which is what I cut out the heart in. I stamped Flirty Flamingo on here, and I stamped Flirty Flamingo on here. But you could use Bubble Bath as your background as this. So you could use any color. I just liked the red. It really made everything else kind of pop up. So I also had about a handful of these already cut out because I thought I was going to use the real red for something, another project, and I cut out the wrong color. Therefore, I have a bunch of real red cut out exactly 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. So I wanted to use it. I figured, well, I will use it. So I saved it because, real red is so popular. So I just said, oh, I'm going to save it. I already had it all cut out. Now I'm going to turn it this way, even though it's this, I normally do a card this way, but I am going to turn my card this way so it'll open up this way. Okay. So I'm going to set that aside, and I'm going to take my white. You need 2 white pieces at 5 1/4 by 4. One is going to go on the inside, and then one is going to be our piece that we're going to put all this on. So I've already die cut. Oh, I did do our envelope piece too. So let's glue that because I like to have that dry. So I had this left over, and again, another of this piece was just left over from when I was cutting out stuff. And this is actually the other side of another piece. So I must have used one, I don't know what, this side or this side. So I just cut it down to I think it was a little bit larger, but my envelope size that I use is 2 1/4 by 6. So again, you could have used any one of these pieces to be your envelope piece because it looks nice, but I had more of this one left over, so this is the one I chose. Again, it doesn't really matter. You can pick one that you have out of those to go on there. So I just happen to have more of that one just sitting around. So that's the one I left. Alrighty. This also came with these really cute little bags, and I left them in the other room. So I think I'm going to give the kiddos these little bags. I don't have anything to go in the little bags yet. And I'm running out of time, but I am running kiddos around this whole week, because we have Amaya. And so I'm helping run her a Actually, we're all running her around this week. So my husband is running Amaya to school. I'm running the other kids, and yeah, and then I'm picking up some of the kids and Amaya, and craziness. So yeah, it's quite the schedule this week. So I'm doing a little extra running, and yeah, and then Haley's birthday is Wednesday, and yeah, so it's just crazy. All right, so we're gonna put these on here, and I want to have enough space. So normally, yeah, I didn't do this, what I normally do. So I normally lay these out so that I know where I want to put these before I put the glue on, but I did that one, so I kind of know spacing, but I actually should do this. This is going to tell me what kind of spacing I want. This one's going to need to come down a little bit. Yeah, it's a little bit crazy this week. Poor Jess. She has parent-teacher conferences this week. Yeah, it's quite a busy week this week. All right, something similar to that. I think I needed that over more, but that's all right. All right, so then I'm going to do this one. I like to do the top, then the bottom, and then the middle, so I can play with the middle if I need to. I'm a green glue person. I know people do like to use the runner, our tape runner, but I can't seem to use that thing. And green glue gives me a little wiggle room if I need to. All right, and then this piece will go in the middle. Okay. And do want to make sure that I do try to make it as even, but it really won't matter too much because once we put the heart on there, really won't see a whole lot of it, but you do want to have it quite as even as you can. You don't want it to be too crazy. And then this piece. So this is going to go on our side. Okay. All right. Now we can put this on the card front because then that way we can tell where we want to put our large heart. I could gauge it then. And we want to center side to side, up and down as best we can. As even as, okay. Yeah. All right. Why do you like that so much better with the little embellishment? All right. So we need to stamp. We need to do some stamping first. Okay, so in the set, this little heart is all rigid, bumpy. I call it the bumpy stamp. And I stamp, most of the times people like to stamp this and then cut this out, but I had already cut these out because I was going to do something else with them. So I'm kind of doing it backwards. So I'm kind of going to stamp on this that's already cut out. So let's give this a good try here. Okay. Now these stamps are not symmetrical. So it's like kind of curved. It's kind of at an angle. So, and it cuts that way too. So the nice thing about photopolymer is you can see through it, but that still doesn't help me sometimes. So you got to kind of lean over it and hopefully you've got everything all lined up. For some reason, I don't know that I can see it all the way over it. That's probably a little bit crooked, but yeah. Yeah. And I don't have one cut out, so that's going to have to do. That one we're going to stamp on. But it'll be no, it won't. I did better on that one, but it's all right. Okay. And I'm going to stamp the hugs and kisses on this one. So what I did was I took a piece of, I did hugs. I tried to do that hugs and just get that inked up. Just that one inked up. And I probably should have come down just a little bit. I'm going to try that. Oh, that's pretty good. All right, and then kisses. I came over here and I inked just kisses. Now you can also take a Post-it note and just cover up the sides that you don't want to have inked. Either way works. So then I came over here and I'm like, all right, so where do I want kisses to go? I want kisses to be, I need this to quit moving around on me. All right, I lined this little so I lined up this little piece right up against that hugs and then stamped hugs and kisses, and I still could have come down a little bit more. I did come down more than that one because it still had the hugs and stamp on there, so I didn't want it to stamp all the way over here. So there we go. There's that. And while we have that, let's where's my other white piece? All right. So I stamped the Valentines with real red. Now I just kind of guessed where I wanted it to sit. Gave myself some room to write down there. Close the red up so I don't get it all over everything. All right. And then I took the happy, and you can do it either way. Happy up here with Flirty Flamingo. And I stamped that up here. Ta-da. Now let's close that up. And then I took Pretty in Pink And I'm going to put day down here. All right, so let's put that on the inside because we're done with that part. You can stamp some little hearts on there if you would like, but that gives you enough room too to write on there if you want, but you can stamp some little hearts on there. I just decided just to leave it blank. That'll look really cute. Okay. All right, so now we're going to build up our little, what I did was I popped this up and I just put some dimensionals on this. Where I wanted them. Okay. And this, I just kind of guessed. So I just, you know, I did tilt this. And then what I did with these is I kind of put these together. And then I flipped them over. And I kept them together and I put dimensionals on them so that they would stay together, and I would flip them back over. So you do that by putting a dimensional on both of them. That way they stay together. And one on each side. And I want this to go on it, so I'm not going to put any more because it was hard for me to stick, pardon me, stick that back on. I have the hiccups. Stick that back on. So I kind of, I put a little bit of glue on this, but see what I did was I kind of wrapped, oh, this is working out differently. Let's do this way. Okay. Yeah. So I put a little bit of glue on this part of it. See, each one is just a little bit different. I just took a little bit of glue. And it's going to just it's going to kind of hook in there. Not going to stay if you don't put a little bit of glue on there. But as you notice, I'm going to I want this out here. There we go. I could have probably brought that up just a little bit, but that's okay. All right, so then I took my little, oh, they're buried. There we go. These little guys are really hard to, oh, you liked my tip then. All right, so sometimes these come out with these little, at the end of this is putty, so it's kind of sticky. Sometimes it works, and sometimes I have to take my tweezers, so we'll see. I kind of had to do both. You want just a little bit of glue, see, not stuck to that. See, and then I have to take my tweezers because now it's just stuck. a little bit of glue on there, but you don't want a lot, but you do need to have something on there. All right. Let's do a white one. It's easier to get them out with this, but they don't want to stay on there. Oh, that one did. All right. Okay. Now, let's do this color. Whoops. See. Just kind of depends. Yeah. All right. Oops. Got to release it. Okay. These are like foamy. They're spongy. They're super cute. Let's do a white one. They only come in these 3 colors though. Ah, where'd it go? It went somewhere. Where's my white one? There we go. Okay. All right. Here we go. It's a little bit different, but it's got the same premise. And then inside. If I don't put these away, they're going to spill all over the place. All right. And then we'll make the envelope. Just trim that off. Okay. There's our cards. Just made them just almost. This one last Valentine card. Just needed another Valentine card. Then, well, to give away, I should say. Send them, but give them away anyways. And I just thought that was a neat idea to use up some of these scraps that I had. And I liked how she did that. And this was the focal point. So I thought I would use that same idea and just use it for a Valentine card. I really like that. All right. Well, if you need it, I'm a little bit shorter tonight. So it was simple and easy card tonight. A little bit less intricate, but it's still super cute. Same kind of thing. So if you need anything this week, feel free to let me know. I'm happy to help you and get everything situated for you. And I will have another new card, fun thing for you next week. And we'll see what's happening. And then my card class is in 2 weeks. Otherwise, have a great week and have a good rest of your week. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.